number 3 and Buick over there, number 7. They've been at it all afternoon, and it'd be interesting to see how the final minutes play out.
Good afternoon to Gareth Thomas, who's watching us on Facebook this afternoon. Nice to have all your comments from all around the world. RAF trying to find their way through this mountain
of hold play by them.
Very good.
Lovely through ball across to this left-hand side, and Wheat lays it back. Navy then challenging and picking it up. Here's Roche again.
I think he might be offside.
The referee, the linesman, has said no offside, so it was just a little bit too far for Braden Jones to chase.
Interestingly, with following the RF's results, that they've been giving some beatings out to some teams, 7-0, 7-0 in the last 2 in particular. Just wonder whether they've still got that bite to go and find a goal at this stage.
Do you think the goals might be drying up? Is that what you're trying to,
Well, maybe they've just been used to pounding teams, that they might just get a little frustrated if it's not going in the net today.
I think that's wishful thinking, John.
Yeah. There's no wishful thinking on my part. I actually promise you, being the neutral observer that I am of
no, I meant Griff. I meant Griff. Wishful thinking, not yourself.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, it's going to be an opportunity then for the Royal Navy here. They have a free kick.
Yeah, they don't have many set pieces in this game. Like I say, the strikers up top, one of the Roche brothers, has been feeding off scraps, so be looking to make something of this.
They've got their centre halves up.
It will be Roche to take it. It's floated in.
Penalty appeals there, by the way.
Yeah, well, I think that was more in hope than anything else, to be fair. Lovely play from the full-back or the centre half.
2-on-2. Just quick enough.
He's turned defence into attack for...
That's great play.
Well, Breen's still going well.
Great defending as well.
He's a real handful up there. He'll win.
Another corner for the RAF.
Yeah. Another set piece.
And another plane flying over us, John.
I make that the 8th corner then for the Navy, for the Air Force. So can they make something of this one?
Well, something different, short.
Yeah, gone short this time.
He crossed over again by...
Steep.
Into the corner.
Oh, back across.
And that's Brad Cox clearing it. But still the danger in place. Now this time it will be a goal kick.
You can see there, just in that chance to win the corner initially, Luke Preen, he's done that all game, where he's been happy to receive the ball in tight spaces and take the defender for a little walk. On this occasion he's won a set piece that can sometimes lead to a goal that way. Very effective for them today.
Well, are we going to see a goal in this opening match in the 2023 Inter-Services Under-23 Championship? Who's it going to come from? Well, stay with us and find out. As the Air Force break through once more. Referee says that's a foul. That was a bit questionable
there.
Yeah, I think the RAF will be frustrated with the amount of set pieces that they've had. I think they've had 8 corners, is it, John? And they've failed to really register anything on target, unfortunately.
Well, we can put that down to great defending as well, I think, from both teams. Very, very strong at the back. Referee allows play to go on. And Preen, chance then for Roche. Sol Roche inside the penalty area, looking for some support. Gets it in the form of the number 11, Jim Cox, but that ball is going to go harmlessly out of play. The Navy just a bit short, aren't they, in the last third?
Initially, it's great hold-up play from the Roach brother up top there. He sets it back to his number 11. Fortunately, couldn't get a good delivery into the box, but like I said before, he seems a bit isolated up top on his own, the Navy striker. Can't really seem to be getting any numbers around him.
So another change then being made by Danny Bartley. Off comes Matt Hendry, number 11, to be replaced by Dan Rawlinson, who is an electrician based up at RAF Lossiemouth, so he's come a long way to take part in this game today. First season in the under-23s is Danny's a midfield player, so it's a straight swap, midfielder for midfielder.
I think when you come in as a new player as well, especially coming on a game like this, 0-0, The nerves will be kicking in for the lad now.
Nice play by Waters across the field, and immediately the newcomer into the team wants to get involved, wants to get himself into the.
It looks for the RAF that the right back that started at right back has gone onto the left wing, and Rawlins has gone onto right back.
Yeah, it certainly looks like that, doesn't it? So a real switch in formation. Dan Rawlinson, you're right, has moved into the right back position. So let's just see how that develops and how the Navy cope with their strategy with the changes. No changes being made yet by Chris James, our Royal Navy team manager. And here is Roche. Lovely ball outside onto the left-hand side.
Done well to win a corner there.
That will win a corner. There
was nobody in the box, and he's got himself a.
The Navy have had made one change earlier on, John.
Yes, they did.
Number 12 came on, didn't he?
You're quite right. Yeah, I wasn't checking my facts and figures.
He's done all right, Brad Cox. He's come in. He's tried to be safe in possession. Just wondering if they make another change.
Yeah, someone's down in the centre of the pitch there.
I just wonder whether the effects of the artificial pitch will have on the young players here, in terms it's a big pitch, and no quarter given on the pitch, and maybe we see a few injuries popping up, possibly cramp and that sort of thing.
I think the intensity of the first inter-service game will take its toll as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some tired legs now coming into the last 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, well, the RAF have spent their time in Cyprus, haven't they, in the service prep, so they may be a bit travel deficient.
A few mentions. Gareth Thomas, I've mentioned to you, Gareth. Good afternoon. Helen Richardson, good afternoon, Hells Bells. Looking forward to meeting up at some stage in the UCAF season, definitely. You look forward to that, and sharing a pint of milk at some stage with you, maybe. Paddy Augusta, good luck, Morgan Jones and the Navy team today. Piers Thompson, who let Sean Woolley loose on a microphone?
Well, Tomo used to play for the senior team, so I know Tomo quite well. Thanks. Thanks for that comment, Tomo.
I'm sure you'll get a lot of stick for this, but thanks for doing it anyway.
It's my pleasure, John.
It must be said, he's doing a great job, to be fair. He's
yeah. There'll be people listening, people making notes.
Yeah, he hasn't dived around once either.
No,
hey, and I haven't picked up a yellow card, which is unheard of for me.
We used to have a card system at our BFBS radio station in Gibraltar, which my old pal and old boss Richard Nankivel introduced. Yellow cards for minor misdemeanours on air, red cards for serious ones.
I'll try and stay clear of that.
There was a financial implication for both, I can tell you. Gaz Wheat, good luck to Cam and the RAF lads from all of us at Bannock Research and Rescue Station in Norway. Good afternoon to you, Gaz. Great to hear from you over there in Norway, and lovely to hear from you wherever you are. The corner comes in then for the Navy. Can they make some? It is a great corner. Will it be cleared though?
Oh, well done.
Just held on a bit too long, didn't he, before going for the shot?
It's a great ball in initially though.
Whilst Morgan Jones had the opportunity possibly there, that's the Navy will feel like they just need to be a bit more positive up front, get a bit more in that final third. They defended so well this afternoon. Both teams have defended really well. It's been really a game about fine defensive play so far.
Yeah, both defences seem stubborn not to concede. Taking pride in their clean sheets.
He's let it bounce, and it's short.
Might be off it. He's off.
Oh dear, that is a real blow, isn't it, for
the skipper as well?
Yeah,
huge turning point.
Well, it's such a dangerous position as well.
Yeah, Buick was in
right on the edge of the box.
I think he's just shoved him in the back there, the Navy skipper, and because he was in on goal, and I think he felt he had to do it. Just took one for the team there, I think. So
was that a straight red? It looked like a straight red, John.
Straight red.
So that is a massive blow then. Jack Wright, the Royal Navy captain, with so much experience, has held that back line together so well this afternoon. But he did take that early yellow card in the first half, and there was always a danger that something like this might happen. And a real chance then for the Air
Great
Force.
opportunity here. Free kick on the edge of the box. If they can make something of this, make it 1-0, they're in a great position.
He will not be a happy man. I
think he'll be hoping it just stays 0-0, and actually his red card might be valuable if they were to let him in the box and score.
Well, Buick then is over the ball, and he takes the free kick, floated over the bar and into the trees. And
be disappointed there not to hit the target, because it's a great position to be in. And
to be fair, Logan Buick has had probably the best chances of the game for, on either side of half time.
Yeah, he has. He had a couple in the first half, didn't he? And he's just had that there. He obviously made the free kick and took it himself. Unfortunately, couldn't get it up and over the wall on target.
This will be interesting now to see how the Navy defend with 10.
I just wonder whether Chris James is going to have to make a couple of alterations and, just as you say, go for the 0-0 draw now. The RAF will really start pounding them. I would have thought they'll really go for it.
Yeah, I think that red card completely changes the game for the Navy there. I think now they'll just settle in for try and grab a 0-0 draw and get away unhurt, really. That's a great ball down the line.
Through. Keeper off his line, makes the challenge.
Very good sweeping from the keeper there.
Ollie Sinclair, been absolutely faultless so far. He's really acted, as I say, another line of defence, coming off his line and making those challenges, making those important stops. But it's a chance for the Navy. Down to 10 men, remember, with E.T. Morgan Jones with the throw. Just waiting for a moment. Looks like there might be another change for the Navy.
I think Chris with the Navy will be fully aware that a draw means that they get to play both games for a competitive chance to win the tournament, where obviously a defeat would potentially see the RAF nip it before the final game for the Navy.
Well, Kai Carruthers is coming on, the number 15, and he's replacing the right back, James Venning.
No, Morgan Jones is the one that's just gone off there, John, number 7.
Yeah, so Jones has gone off, and there's been, I think, another change too. Oh, it's Morgan Jones has gone off. Yeah, I get you.
I think he's had to just take the cost there for the red card for a tactical change, to be honest, because he's not had a bad game.
Well, I'd expect Jack McCormack now, the big number 3, to be moving into that central position, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's come over on this right side now, John, at centre half.
Yeah, take a central role.
I think he might have taken the lead role as well. I'm not sure if he is the captain, but there's no armband on there I can see, but I think he might have been past the leadership duties.
And here's Stephen Griffiths, who's also come on for the Navy. They have made a couple of changes, wearing number 16. So
it's certainly going to hot up now for the last 15 minutes.
Just wonder whether the Navy might decide to go for attack as the best form of defence here. If they'd been a goal down, it would have been very different. But it is 0-0. They've still got this 1 point, this draw to protect at the moment. Just depends, really, I think, how confident they feel about driving forward, or whether they just want to take, hold the defence to allow the RAF. I mean, they've not gone deep, have they? They're still taking a fairly high line.
It could work in the Navy's favour, because they have been trying to play on the counter attack all game. So the RAF might be pushing for a goal, and they could maybe stick one in behind and play off that there.
Well, all will be revealed within the next 10-11 minutes or so. We have just 10 minutes left to play here at Rayners Lane in this opening inter-services under-23 fixture. It's the Royal Air Force 0, the Royal Navy 0. Very competitive match, and it's not been it's been a very clean game as well, we have to say.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, been played in the right spirit, hasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. And Jack Rice, obviously, with the red card.
It's a great ball down the left-hand side here.
Chance then for the Air Force. Good cross in, well cut out by the Navy.
You don't want to let him turn.
There's Breen.
There's a man down injured as well on the left-hand side to us.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit dodgy there for it's James Venning, the number 2, who's obviously carrying an injury, and the shot comes in
gone down.
I believe that might be the first shot on target for the RAF.
I think you could well be right.
In the 80th minute, which they'll be quite disappointed about, seeing the chances that they've actually had this game.
And it didn't really put Dane Rigby under any sort of pressure at all, did it?
No, it's nice and comfortable for him, wasn't it, in the end?
Yeah, both keepers haven't had a lot to do. I think the biggest contribution they've had really is timing that run to come out and sweep things, in particular the Navy goalkeeper. Just about 5 minutes ago there, when he was quick to get out. You can see here both teams trying to gather round, motivate now for the final 10 minutes. The gaffers passing on some clear instructions how they're going to approach the last 10.
Just like to say good afternoon to Neil Jones. Hello from New Delhi in India.
Wow.
Play at the Air Force. So that's great, isn't it? We've had messages from all over the world today who are watching us live. And from California to New Delhi. That's not bad at all.
Well, it's great stuff. Really, really good stuff.
So there'll
seems to be a lot of the RAF that are off work that are able to tune in. I must say.
Comment.
Steady on. We don't want to cause a diplomatic incident, you know.
I think this breaking play will do the Navy the world of good going into the last sort of 9 or so minutes. I think they're going to make another change as well.
Yeah, they're bringing on Josh Mead 9. He's coming on, number 14.
That's what I do like about the format this year. Allows 5 subs from possible 7, which is good. It is, you know, we need to remind ourselves it is a developmental squad, so it's allowing more players to get on the field to play.
Well, James Venning has come back onto the pitch, so he's recovered. He's still hobbling just a little bit.
Did they make that change then, or I don't think they did they?
Well, he was certainly lined up to come on. But the Navy will. A lot of Marines in there. They won't give anything.
You know them Marines.
It's a great ball.
A lovely ball
Beerich
through.
in here.
And Beerich with a chance.
Oh,
good save, but he was offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted, but that's the second shot on target the Air Force have had.
It's a great ball through from Henry Jordan there.
Yeah.
Through to Bewick, but unfortunately couldn't hold his line.
You can see the Navy there, maybe tired legs, lapse of concentration. That's really going to be key now if they can keep concentrated to see the last 10 minutes out.
I think game management's going to be huge here for the Navy.
But it's the Air Force in possession then, with Connor Bolmans back to his goalkeeper, Ollie Sinclair. That's going to be too far.
That's a great ball out from the keeper, by the way.
I don't think he's been able to keep it in, though. I think Henry Jordan just went out of play.
Could just see the 2 for Navy. James Venning still struggling. I think he might be indicating that he needs to come off.
Ollie Sinclair just played a lovely ball out there to Henry Jordan on the left. I think he looks very assured at his feet, the RAF keeper.
There is still the Navy looking to make their change. It's still Josh Mead 9 is on the touchline waiting to come on. It looks like he is going to be replacing James Venning, who's having to call it a day. Not a happy boy.
No, I think he's tried to carry on there, but the injury is obviously too uncomfortable for him to carry on, so they've had to make the change.
He's had a really good game, actually, the Royal Marine from 30 Commando. He's played really well, but the Navy get themselves in a bit of a pickle here with Jordan. Takes a shot. It goes harmlessly high and wide.
Nice and positive, though, from Henry Jordan, that is, to get a strike away.
Looks like we're going to be another change coming up, this time for the RAF. And they've got a replacement, number 15 for them. That's going to be Adam Lamb. He's coming on. And it's been a really
interesting to see that the RAF are bringing on a centre half when they could be pushing for a goal against the 10 men of the Navy.
Indeed. The man who's gone off, by the way, for them is Dean Hyam, who has been their set piece man throughout the game.
Yeah, I really liked him. He managed the game well in the first half. He was running the show, but the second half he's been quiet.
That's a lovely ball across onto that right hand side if Jordan can pick it up.
Not a bad introduction to the game, that, from Adam Lamb. Straight on the ball, composed, and he's just done a 60-yard switch, and he's got himself in a good position high up the pitch.
I think Henry Jordan for the RAF now has gone back to right back. Now they've just made that change.
Into the last few minutes then for this game. There'll be a little bit of added time obviously for the
Great
substitutions,
play.
but
That's great
it's a lovely ball from Roche.
Keeper's out.
Keeper's there again.
Keeper once again makes the...
He's done well.
But the ball's kept in play by the Navy. And Jones, good control from him, but loses out in the end to Joe Waters. RAF nice and composed at the back.
Yeah, keeper's done very well there to come off his line. He reads the play very well, actually. Those balls in behind from the Navy. He's cut a few of them out this afternoon.
I still think there's going to be a great chance here to finish the game.
Well, it looks more likely that it could be the RAF.
It's a great ball.
Preen going in. It's a really
tackle.
Good tackle.
Unbelievable tackle.
And that was a fine tackle from Dan Rollinson.
Yeah.
Sorry, from
to come on as well.
From Mead 9. He had to get that right, didn't he?
He's just come on, and he's, the ball's in the box against their danger forward, and he's timed that to perfection.
LET-ME.
It's a long throw into the box.
Corner taken quickly. I think the RAF will just feel they've got to take advantage here of the man advantage. They've really got to go for it, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the Navy will just be happy to clear their lines in these last few minutes.
Another switch coming.
Lamb.
Not as successful this time.
Good control then from Griffiths.
Cheers, John.
There is a Griffiths.
Any relation?
Sorry,
nice control, yeah.
I thought you were admiring my
very much so.
skills.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Well impressed, guys, yeah. Check in the post. Ball goes wide then onto this left-hand side. It's a lovely pass as well. Here's Cam Wheat. Lays it back to Aitchison.
RAF trying to find that way to get in behind. Their key players in behind. That's what they want to do. There's a chance here.
The Navy have rather shut up shot, but can Jordan get there? Gets the cross in. It's that Standard Trees in the background are doing a fine job.
They've been busy.
Great ball boys, aren't they? Ball collectors. Very compact little ground here at Rayners Lane.
Lovely venue, isn't it?
It's
and the sun stayed with us, which is fantastic.
It has, yeah. Haven't felt the need for bought 15 layers of clothes for me today, just in case. Trying to get the head on was Roche there, but the defence of the RAF holding firm.
Well,
but can the Navy do something here on this left-hand side with Riley?
Rawlins cut that out well. He's read that well.
I think looking at the way the Navy have defended all day, they deserve a clean sheet, in all fairness.
Could they just sneak a goal here? It's happened so often, hasn't it?
I think both teams have lacked that composure in front of goal, but both defences have been stubborn.
Roche lays it on for his brother. The Roche still on the ball, still trying to work his way through. Does really well.
Can he hit the target?
Ball comes back.
Oh, it's just caught in two minds there, I think.
Manny trying to find Sol. Now up the other end. Can the RAF produce something here?
Centre end now. They're in.
Does really well. Goes onto the edge of the box. Great defensive play. Again, fantastic tackle from
end-to-end stuff. Yeah. End-to-end.
It was Mead Hind again who's come on.
Yeah, just going back to that Navy chance there. One of the Roach brothers, number 9 up top, he's just got caught in two minds whether to lay it off or.
His brother did all the hard work, didn't he?
I'm sure they'll be arguing about that later on tonight at home.
Practicing in the back garden.
We're now into added time.
That wasn't part of the plan, was it?
In this first Inter-Services Under-23 game of the season, 0-0 between the Air Force and the Navy. So competitive this match this afternoon, and a lot to admire from both teams. Just missed out on that cutting edge, haven't they, both of them?
Yeah, just going back to my previous point, that both defences have been very stubborn, and they'll be proud of their clean sheets if they do both get one. But like I say, the composure in front of goal has not been there from either side today, which is why we've not really seen many shots on target.
I think we're about to see how much added time we've got, John.
Is the board going up?
Just waiting for that. Unless we've missed it.
Well, our clock is just running anyway, so we've played a minute already of a stoppage time according to our clock, and I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of time. There've been a couple of injuries, but
fair few substitutions as well, I think.
Yep. Rush goes for goal.
Very ambitious.
Off target. Onto the road.
Not really sure what he was trying to do there, John. I think he was trying to go for goal, but instead he's hit the furthest right tree possible.
Was he going for glory?
Especially when, you know, they've not had a shot on target. I don't think 35 yards out was going to be the time to convert that.
Waters to Lamb. That's a lovely ball from Lamb, looking to make hay on this left-hand side of the field with Cam Wheat, who's been an outstanding player for the Air Force this afternoon.
Here's Rush. They've got 10 men deep into injury time the way they're playing.
Free kick then to the Air Force.
They want to take it quick. They want to get in there.
It is taken quickly. And here's Palmer. Beats a couple of players, does really well, but unfortunately for him couldn't find Buick, who was just running into a position where
he might have got every single player behind the ball now.
Waters.
Yeah, they'll just want to keep a tight ship.
Rawlinson.
Don't want to let any holes in this.
Spreads it wide onto the right hand side. Palmer again. Looking for the 1-2. And that's really good defensive play. Great work then from Crothers, who's come on, the Kai Crothers, headed back to Dane Rigby.
I think the Navy will be much happier with the point than the RAF will be after the way the game's panned out today.
I've got a feeling that the happiest man around here will probably be the man who's standing on my right-hand side at the moment, Griff.
Well, a 0-0 draw means that we guarantee 2 games. Obviously, it's not over yet, but we know that we would be competing for two games to win the trophy, and that's the key thing for us. Less pressure on next week. If this was to stay 0-0, I think there might be a chance left in this, John.
Well, the deadlock couldn't be broken between these two sides. Over 90 minutes. We're now 3 and a bit minutes into stoppage time, so there can't be too much longer for Harry Scott, the referee, to play. Handled this game really well. Obviously the red card came for Jack Wright, which did change the course of the game slightly from the Navy's point of view, but they're still looking competitive. They still look like they mean business when they go forward.
Yeah, they do.
And here's Roche. Just slipped away from him, didn't it, again?
Avoided him there, hasn't it?
Yeah, Sol didn't have the sun shining on him at that moment. Air Force bring it away with Adam Lamb.
It's a poor ball forward.
But they have picked it up again. They've collected
it again. Yeah.
There's a chance here.
Can they make something of this? Coming back is Luke Preen, coming very deep to collect the ball.
It's a foul on the Navy defender there.
There'll be,
and that is the last action of this.
I think that player will be happy that the whistle was blown there. To be given a free kick away in the dying seconds is criminal, but he'll be happy, very happy, the clean sheet, the Navy.
Yep. Well, it's been a really competitive opening match in this Inter-Services Championship. It has ended 0-0 though, and I think Griff, as I say, you'll be quite a happy man about that.
Yeah, I think you know, whoever we play, if they've already got maximum points on the board, it's tough. But obviously a draw now and no goals either means it's a good position for us to be in next week. But we're under no illusions that the RAF are going to be a tough team to beat next week.
Well, I think you've seen how tough they are and how well organised. In fact, both sides are. You know, 2 really well organised teams. And to be fair, losing such an important player didn't affect the Navy too much, did it? Losing their captain and their skipper and their centre half. No,
yeah, he was their stalwart throughout the game, wasn't he? I think he kept the Navy defence in line, and he was the main reason why they were so stubborn. And they've obviously seen the game out without him, which is obviously praise to the Navy. Like I said before, I think the Navy will be frustrated. The RAF will be frustrated, and the Navy will be the happier of the teams with the clean sheet after obviously going down to 10 men. But shame to see no goals, but I think we just lacked that cutting edge in front of goal today. But both keepers didn't really have a lot to do, and the defences obviously played the better part of the game. So.
Just a little mention actually for one of the guys who was watching, Neil Jones was watching over in Delhi. He does say it's 2100 here, guys, so to be fair, because I think we were talking about maybe, you know, who was working hard today, but I'm sure everyone's been working hard and enjoying the game. And Mandy O'Hanlon says, well done everyone, it's been a really entertaining opening match in this Inter-Services Under-23 Championship. Time now, of course, for the two sets of teams, the coaches, to examine what they've seen today and to act on it. Well refereed as well by Harry Scott, with the two Bazes, Baz Ellison and Baz Brooks, looking after the assistant referee bits today. No trophy presentations, of course, so we are going to say cheerio, I think, here from Reynard Lane this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us, and my huge thanks as well to Sean and Griff today for their brilliant contribution to our first Inter-Services game of 2023, and we'll look forward to an awful lot more to come over the next few weeks, because of course we've got the rest of the Inter-Services under 23, we've got the senior men's and the senior women's competition in football to bring you, together with all the other sport that we're bringing you live here on Forces News YouTube and our Facebook page. But from me, John Knighton, and all the team here, thank you very much indeed for your time and for joining us today. We'll see you again very soon.